Hi, folks. Welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. We had a very beautiful day today. Nicest weather we've had in weeks and weeks and weeks by far. And tomorrow is supposed to be even better. It's supposed to be in the low 70s, I believe, maybe mid 70s. Just absolutely beautiful weather. A huge change from what we've had. There's still some sloppy, muddy areas from the ice that was here for a few weeks, and then we had a couple of inches of rain a few nights ago. But as far as temperatures and sunshine, it was absolutely gorgeous. Really enjoying that. A lot of people are enjoying what's going on in Washington, and other people are a little nervous about it. There's a big debate, it seems, not amongst everyone, but amongst the conservatives of this tariff thing. Is this a good deal? Is this a bad deal? How bad is it going to hurt us? The general consensus is that yes, it's going to get worse. Inflation's going to go up. The cost that you have to pay for a lot of things is going to get worse. The debate is it going to eventually get better or not? And that's something that we, at this point, no one really knows. I mean, we can hope that the plan to, bring manufacturing back to America, to lower, debt, all this kind of stuff will work out, and we'll end up being better off financially as a nation once this is over. But we don't know if that's going to be the case. And my personal experience with government is, regardless of who is in the White House, regardless of who's in power, you can't trust them. And so I'm leaning a little on the side of it may not work out that great. Could be wrong, but I think that what we need to be doing, like I've been saying for the last few days, is really start preparing for this. I've seen reports. I don't know that these aren't confirmed. These are just random people posting stuff online. So that you take it for what it's worth. It could be nothing. Saying that certain items are being bought out pretty quickly in their area of things that people are expecting to go up in prices. One of the things I saw was auto parts. Most auto parts, any type of, part for your vehicle is imported in. There's very few anymore. Even the high-end, more expensive brand names, whether it's brakes or brake pads, belt, alternators, things like that, almost every bit of it is imported in. And so I've seen reports of a lot of auto parts being bought up right now. I've seen reports of people, trying to figure out what kind of things that they can grow to counteract the fact that, vegetable prices are going to be go up. Now, a lot of the stuff that's imported are things that most Americans can't grow, citrus fruits and things like that. There are things that you can grow to kind of take the place of it. You just may not get those particular things. And then also, you may not be able to buy things during season. I mean, you could, you're just going to pay more for it. And Americans have gotten used to that. They want to, if it's the middle of December and they want a fresh tomato on their sandwich, then they go to the store and they find one, and it's imported from Mexico. Well, now, most likely you're going to pay a pretty significantly higher price. And I've seen people say, well, it's only 25%. Folks, we're already paying 20 to 30% on most products now, higher than what we were 4 or 5 years ago. And the average person isn't making that much more money, if any, that much more money in the last 4 or 5 years. And so inflation is already 20 to 30%. If you add another 25% inflation on top of a lot of things, you're talking 50% inflation potentially on a lot of items or more. That's going to be devastating for a lot of the average folks. Gas prices are expected to go up. I know you're going to say, well, we can be fuel independent and all this kind of stuff. Yes, that's a possibility. But just the fact that, fuel prices, tariffs, all that kind of stuff, expect to see gas prices go up. We may not happen, but I would just go ahead and expect to see it. This is the thing. These are things that we have talked about. I've talked with you about over the years of, you know, the bad apocalyptic kind of SHTF may not necessarily be, a nuke being dropped on you, or an EMP, or some massive pandemic that kills off millions and millions. It could be a major economic crisis. And like I had said a while back, before Trump took office, I think it was just a few weeks before the inauguration, he had made a statement that he suspected that there would probably be a recession during his, the early parts of his presidency, or something to that effect. And I think it's because he knew what he was going to be doing. And again, it could end up being good in the end, but we're going to go through some hard times. And for some of you, you're okay with that because, you're willing to go through the hard times because you hope that it will be good in the end. A lot of you, though, you may be willing, the heart is willing, but your pocketbook is not. And that's where we need to understand that there's a lot of American people that have gone through high inflation, high debt over the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and you're already weak, in a state of a weakness when it comes to your own personal finances. And so to dump this, more inflation on top of it, it's going to be difficult. So this is where being self-sufficient is really going to help you. It's a lot of work. You're paying for conveniences. That's really what you're paying for when you go to the grocery store now, and you can have every single thing at your fingertips. Our parents, our grandparents, our great grandparents did not have the options in the grocery stores that we do now. You can buy stuff from all over the world instantly, pretty much, by going to the grocery store, things that in past times only the very elite could even have, because it had to be brought in from some other country, and now anyone can have it. Like I said, you can have fruit and vegetables any time of the year. These are modern conveniences that many of you may have to forego. Growing your own food, producing your own stuff, homesteading, being self-sufficient. It's not convenient, okay? No one is ever going to get on and make a video and be honest and say that, oh, it improves your conveniences. It gives you so much extra time to produce your own food. It's so much extra time to, in your life to build community and to establish relationships with people that produce other things that you can barter and trade with, or that you can buy and sell with. It's so much more convenient. It's not convenient to get up and milk cows every morning. It's not convenient to raise chickens and to butcher them and to feed them and to go out and work in the garden and to weed and to harvest it's not convenient, but it's self-sufficient. And I think it's a good, honest work. And so your preparedness, yes, needs to be procuring certain items that you can have stockpiles of food or ammo or medical or things like that. It can be developing skills, training, honing those skills. All that stuff is necessary. It's all very necessary. But you need to get to where you're self-sufficient, where you're producing stuff. You can only store up so much food. You can only, do so much with things that you have stockpiled. You need to be producing and looking at the things that are happening. This may be the year. And with the potential for increase in costs of things, I think a lot of people are wondering if they're going to make it or if it's going to break them, because so many people and so many things are already just kind of on a knife's edge, it seems like, financially, because of what we've had to go through over the last few years. So you need to be producing. You may be a big Trump supporter. That's fine, but it's still going to hurt you. You need to be figuring out ways to cut back and be more self-sufficient, because this trade war, this tariff war, could expand greatly. It's not just that everyone that is conservative is for it. They're not. I saw the Pauls, Rand Paul, and I believe Ron Paul have come out, and they're not in favor of, because it's just another type of taxation on top of a bunch of taxes that Americans are having to pay. And this idea that we're going to pay off $36 trillion in debt by doing this, it's going to take a lot of lifetimes to do that, folks. So my advice is to get very, very serious this year. Kind of hunker down in a sense of kind of already developing the mindset of what it would be like to live through the Depression. It may not be that bad, but it could be a lot worse. And time will tell. This is just now getting started in the last day or so. And we don't know if this is going to be just a temporary thing. It may be a permanent thing. But it would be foolish to not start making precautions, planning now. On top of that, you're going to get way healthier food if you're producing your own food, or if you're just buying locally. Stop buying all this processed chemical junk stuff as much as possible. It's just not good for you. And it makes you have to buy into their whole pharmaceutical healthcare system that, isn't all that great. You know that. Anyways, it's definitely happening. And I think we're past the point of wondering if it's going to increase the costs of the things that we purchase, because it is. It just is. And you may be able to avoid some of it, but I don't think you're going to be able to avoid all of it. And just the way the whole economy works, when a large portion of things go up in price, it can affect everything. So be getting ready, folks, because your money's going to go less and less places. It's going to go you're not going to be able to stretch it as far. There, I'll spit it out. Get your houses in order and prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.